I've come out to Fort Dam this afternoon and stopped initially to look at a white-fronted beat, and as that took off I looked up and this elephant bull just came wandering out of the acacia thickets here, so quite a nice surprise. And he's walking along the edge. He's had a little bit of a look at me, but seems like he's just going to go straight on past. He's moved on a little bit and then just stopped to feed now on some of the succulent plants, and they're very clever, these elephants. You can see there's lots of dead grey branches all around where he's feeding, and this was actually put here by our conservation team to help rehabilitate where there was no ground cover. So all the nice juicy plants that are growing up underneath that were protected by the dead branches is exactly what he's after. He's actually pulling out one of those dead branches now, try and get at some of the succulent plants underneath it. Initially I thought he was just going to move on to the next patch of succulents to feed on, but it would seem that's not the case. He moved right past me here and has actually carried on. He's now wandering off into the distance quite a bit up ahead here. While I was watching the elephant, there were a few warthogs a little distance away, and in the last few minutes they've actually come feeding right up towards me here. They're not phased about me in the slightest at the moment. They're just scratching around there looking for grass in amongst all the other plants there, and often we see them using their snout to actually dig up the roots of the grass as well. It must be getting a little more difficult for them to find food as it dries out a little bit now, but they're one of my favourites. They always seem so cheerful with the tails wagging like that one's got there, so even if it is a bit more tricky to find food at the moment, they don't seem to be too upset about it. I've just found a pair of secretary birds moving through some of the grassy areas, one quite a bit quicker than the other apparently, but they're something we actually get to see quite a bit at this time of year, and it's always very special. They're very fierce predators and a lovely species to see. Oh, this is another species we actually see a lot more at this time of year. They're always around, these bat-eared foxes, but late afternoons at this time of year is often when they're out like this, coming out to forage. It looks like they're just going to continue foraging, so I'll leave them to it. It's starting to get a little chilly, bit of a breeze picking up, and I've got about a half hour left till sunset. I'll see if there's anything else out and about, but regardless, it's already been a very productive afternoon.